What's going on, guys? Jordan Nichols here, coming back from a regional in Mendenhall, Mississippi. I got 6th place at this regional, and I was playing what I guess we're going to call Paleozoic Mine or Frog Mine, either or. But yeah, I got 6th place. It wasn't a huge regional, but it was a lot of top caliber players there, and a lot of talented guys. So I was really satisfied with the 6th place seating. But and my one loss was something that was really out of my control, which was unfortunate. But I mean, hey, that happens in a card game. So I'm gonna jump straight into the deck profile. In the main deck now, 3 Inspector Border. This card is it's insane if you see it going first against Combo, against Salad, against Orchist. Thunder Dragon is what I was referring to as Combo. But if you see it against any of those decks, then going first, they just will set cards and you will beat over them until you have so much advantage that they just scoot. So this card's really insane. It's not terrible against Striker in the early game because you go second, they make their link. You can beat over a Shizuku and they can't trigger Ray because they don't control an extra deck monster. So it's good in that sense as well. But yeah, any deck that just goes into the extra deck, this card's really good against. And it put in a ton of work. And I probably went 50-50 on dice rolls. So this is not just a, win the dice roll or this card's dead. But yeah, 3 Inspector Border. Just the Frog engine, 3 Swap Frog, completely standard. There's a nice little interaction with this card and Mystic Mine now that I'll go into in a second. But yeah, just 3 Swap Frog. All this is going to be just the normal. 2 Ronin Totem, triple Dupe Frog. Oh, this is standard. 3 Carded Demise. I'm going to continue to play this card because this card is so good to me. Going first, this helps you get into a Spectre board. This helps you get into Metaverse. This helps you get your Paleos and your Frogs to the grave. And just, if you happen to get into a simplified game state, which can come up because you're trading your traps with their monsters, then somebody just can't come back when you draw 3. Just drawing 3 and being able to set 3 traps or drawing 2 traps, and summoning a border is just too strong. And yeah, this card is just overall really, really good in my opinion. The fact that you can't special the turn that you activate it, I mean, yeah, that comes up later in the game, but really if you just resolve this turn 1, then you're setting yourself ahead for the rest of the game, and that's what this card's really for. And so 3 Carded Demise. 2 Mystic Mine, not 3. This card, you don't want to see it going first because it can be a brick going first, so we're just going to play 2. Also, this is all the spells. I'm not playing Pot of Desires anymore because I'm playing so many trap trick targets, and you honestly don't want to banish both of these off Pot of Desires when you're playing 3 Metaverse, so your deck really relies on you having all your resources. Pot of Desires is still really, really good. I just didn't want to take the chance playing, so many targets that I needed in deck. And this was really the first time I didn't play with Pot of Desires, and it actually felt really good, not having to worry about what I banished and what's left that I can trap trick for. But yeah, back to this card, Mystic Mine. This card is ridiculous because this card makes some of the matchups that were really hard for this deck, such as Salad and Thunder Dragon and Orchist. It makes it where it's not nearly as hard anymore because if you can make this card stick, then it just locks them out of the game completely. And if they can't out this within 4 to 5 turns and you have access to a Swap Frog, then that's game. So they're in the same instance, when they have Wave Motion Cannon up, this card works the exact same way, except it's less turns if you can get to a Swap Frog. So really like this card in this deck. Thunder can still combo off fully, pitch 2 cards, set up, a negate, but as long as you open up, a way to one of these and a way to interrupt their 1 negate, yeah, you can just lock them out of the game completely and just deck them out game one, because they're either playing Sekka or they're not maining Twin. They'll side into Twin, side into Eradicator and whatnot, Dinko. But like game one, if you can get to this card, you can just win against these matchups that you should have no business winning if you lose the dice roll. And if you win the dice roll, Metaverse is just like instant game. So 2 Mystic Mine. Just some of the standard traps. 3 Heavy Storm Duster. Pretty sure this card will remain in here as long as Trap Trick is mandatory. This just Draco's more popular now. You can pop stuff against Draco. Salamangreat, you have to be able to pop or bait out their negates, bait out their Call by the Graves, bait out their Rage with this card. So this card's really good in that sense. Is extremely good against Striker, obviously, and Draco's more popular, so you can pop Diagram, pop a set. So yeah, this card is overall still really good. And continue to play 3. 3 Lost Wind. Yeah, this card's also still really good. Still playing 3 Morella, so being able to send one of these off Morella and still Trap Trick for it is still really really strong in the deck. Triggering 2 Paleos off 1 card, and Salad is constantly linking away, so this really helps combat the grind against them. Striker's still really, really potent, and this card has always been insane against that deck. Now that Kagari's at 1, this card became even better. So, yeah, continue to play 3 Lost Wind. May cut it to 2, but I'll speak about that in a minute. And as I just said, 3 Morella, get your engine going as fast as possible. If you decide to side in like Breakthrough Skill, the Swords of Concealing Light, or whatever it's called. This card is also really good for those. Yeah, just get your Paleos in the grave as soon as you can, and also, just to set up Lost Wind if you need to. This is something I may change. I was playing 3 Dynamiscus. It didn't cost me any matches, but it does, some of the times, you'll see this and also Demise, so you won't control, a card in the hand in your opponent's turn to be able to discard. But this card's still really, really good. I may side out, one of Lost Wind for the Book of Moon. I'm not playing Book of Moon, Canadia. But, yeah, Canadia will probably most definitely go in just to be able to Trap Trick into it when, when the dice roll against Salad. But, yeah, this card still comes up because, Salad can't protect their cards. Banishing is just an insane method of dealing with cards. So, yeah, 3, just spot removal in general. 3 Dynamiscus. 3 MST. Back row is still, so many decks are still playing back row, and like I said, you need a way to bait out cards where they can't stop your mind. If they can stop your mind, then it can become a problem, but if you can bait those out first, and then you ensure yourself the game. So, and this is just, a really simple one to get to the grave and start setting up your Paleos on the field. Our way to get to Mystic Mine, not playing the spell that gets it out, because honestly, you don't want to have to wait on your opponent's special summon. And also, you can add it to hand, and then once you push for game, you can set, you can pay your mine that you have up by setting over it, by adding 1 to hand. Yeah, this is just a normal trap trick target, chain the Paleos to it. Just overall, a really, really good way to get into Mystic Mine. And yeah, if I saw this card in this tournament, I was winning, like hands down. And Salad, Inspector Border is in here because I was having issues with Salad because you just can't deal with their recursion. But with this card now, you can honestly just kill them in 1 turn if they can't manage to out Mystic Mine. So 3 Metaverse is really, really good. And also something to note is, Hope Harbinger can't negate Mystic Mine being activated from the deck. So that's just like one more way that the Thunderboard can't deal with that card. 3 Trap Trick. Yeah, ever since the release of this card, Paleo's been a lot better. This searches literally half your deck. So, and you trigger 2 Paleos off this. So, literally at any point you need a specific card, this gets it for you. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue to play 3 Trap Trick. 2 Rivalry of the Warlords. I'm only playing 2 because, Salamangreat is really, really popular, and it's honestly a hard matchup. So I was only playing 2 of this. You know, this is still really good against Striker if you manage to force Ray to the field or do it before they summon Ray. And also against the dangers, literally, if you win the dice roll, they go danger, you flip this, you know, you're going to have a guy in defense. So they're not going to be able to crash. And the best thing, you know, Thunder can do is tribute set. And I mean, if they're doing that, you're winning the game because that's putting them so far behind. And also, if they are not able to tribute set, then it's game. You're just going to get a toad to the field, keep a guy in defense that they have to attack, dupe frog. And yeah, it's just going to be game. For the Solemn Brigade, I'm playing all 5 Solemn cards. Yeah, I still think these are just really, really good. They're too good not to play. Yeah, you pay a lot of life, but honestly, you just need 1 free turn in this deck, and you have game. And you do have to be mindful of the clock when you're playing this deck, because you're obviously playing a lot of cards that pay life points. But that's the name of the game when it comes to this deck is control. So you're just going to control your opponent until you just are able to push for game. You know, warning, judgment for Dinko. The 3 strikes are just terrific against everything, honestly. Yeah, these are the God cards for traps. And the one card that makes your opponent want to get up and leave the table, that makes everybody mad at you, Imperial Order. You're not playing Paleo if you're not playing Imperial Order, so... Oh, one more thing. If you, like I said, when you play mine, you know, it becomes a stall game. You get to swap frog, you put enough material in your grave to where you do the math, you have 8,000 in 1 turn. That's like what you're trying to get to. And what you can do is if you get into this, or if you get into one of your side cards, when you see that you have that, instead of having to pop your mine, you can just flip order, chain a paleo, and then just swarm the field because your mine is turned off when you play this card. Into the extra deck. 3 totally awesome, self-explanatory. This card has like 19 effects, and you're setting your opponent's cards, you're recurring your frogs from the grave, and you're just bringing out so much link material from the deck that this card is insane. Only one of the Paleo guys. You should not be playing more than one of these guys. If you have to, you know, it comes up where you do need to go into like a search from the deck or like a Dryden that's unaffected by monster effects. That does come up sometimes, but you shouldn't be going to 2 of these guys. More than often, you're going to be making a toad, so like one of these guys is more than enough. And yeah, they're fantastic when it comes up that you need them. One Sky Cow, this is really just a flex spot. Like this can be anything that you want it to be. It's just worked well for me in the past, and you know, you can spin back Salad monsters when they have Balinx engraved, to, you know, to like spin a Heat Leo or something. So it can come up in that sense, and it's just cards. Just when you don't need to destroy something, you need to bounce it. This can just come up sometimes. Still 3 Starboy. Even though Summon Sorceress is banned, I still wanted to play 3 of this because I don't know, like, there are some instances where I want to go into 1 and then go into a toad under it in order to deal with a board. But then later on, I want to be able to, you know, put up 8,000 plus damage. So I want to have the other 2 available once I get enough link fodder. So I'm still going to play 3 of this until, I guess, you know, another, I think it's Mercurial or something, some new water links. So those may replace one of these guys. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to continue to play 3 of this. Utility of the deck, you know, the Nightmares. Not playing Cerberus because he rarely comes up, but these 2 guys are really, really good. You know, you're playing Bomber Dragon, so you can, you know, climb in a bomber, which is really good. And yeah, you just want spot removal at some point in the game because it does come up. Like I said, 1 Bomber Dragon. You know, Dark Hole, both players' turns. The Paleos stick because they're unaffected by this guy. Yeah, this card's just really, really good. And also, when it comes to time, you know, you can beat over your opponent's defensive monsters to burn them. So, this guy does come up. 1 Borreload. People are playing Avermax, so you don't want to just, like, lose to Avermax. It's not, like, hugely popular, but, like, people are playing it. Also, if you need to deal with a Colossus, a Beatrice, like, there's several cards that come up where you don't need to, you know, run over it. So, Borreload's really good for stealing those cards. And you can play Boral Sword over this. Like, honestly, you should. But, like, I didn't have one at the time, and I'm also playing Super Poly targets, so this guy did his job. And honestly, I see everybody playing these two cards because Super Poly is just, it's so good. You know, crack the salad board. You know, you can crack the Orcus board, the Thunder board, turn off the Orcus counter trap. Yeah, both of these guys are really, really good, and just not only that, but they also have really relevant effects. You know, this guy, you see swap plus a water plus super poly, you make a star boy, you alter Salad's attack, and you do like 7,000 plus damage with just this guy. So that's really, really good. You can just FTK with this guy if you draw the right hand. And yeah, this guy's just like, when they build those insane boards, you need an out to him. So this, if you're able to manage to bait out the Heradic Link bounce, then you can just make this guy crash, nuke their board. So this guy's really good. And I was talking about Thunder there. Into the side deck, 3 sphere mode. Yeah, this card's still pretty good. It was either this or another hand trap. Decided on sphere mode because Salad doesn't expect you to side into this, and to be honest, to win the Salad matchup, you have to deal with them having a link monster because you can't afford to get raged for 3 or raged for 2 or counter trap on your, you know, evenly match or something. So you really want a way to deal with the links on the field. So this is a really good way of doing that. A sphere muttered a guy twice in the tournament in one game. That was unfortunate for him. But yeah, this card's really good. Overlaps against Pendulum, Thunder, Danger. So yeah, 3 sphere mode. 3 Ash. Yeah, it's Ash. It's the first time I played a hand trap in this side in a really long time, but it just comes up like you need some cards to see when you're going second against guys. You know, Salad, sign at mining, pitches for cost, so you can make them go nag on this and possibly brick them, which is what you're hoping for. You can, you know, Ash and engage, try and brick them. Ash the Mermaid, which is that was my only loss. Game 3 against Orcus. The guy hard drew his Aqua Dolphin and normal summoned it and had a follow up, and I had Ash in hand, so like, yeah, that was just unfortunate, but Ash put in work. Yeah, the card that is at 2 for no reason, Super Poly. Yeah, you can play this going first. You can play this going second. This card is just blowout when you see it. And you can't get Super Polyed, so that's also a really good thing, unless like somebody Mud Dragons you, but you should win if somebody Mud Dragons you. But yeah, 2 Super Poly just to deal with all the meta decks. And you can't respond to it, so that's insane. 3 Evenly Match. This card's in here, you know, Draco's more popular and it's also a bad matchup. Sky Striker's a little harder now because like they're playing back row removal more than often. And also the Mind deck, the Burn Mind deck, you want to see that matchup because that matchup is the freest in the room, to be honest. And this is just another way to just honestly blow them out. But like, yeah, this isn't here for like Striker. This isn't here for Draco. And also a greedy Salad player will often, you know, think, oh, I'm just going to set up a rage and blow them out on the end phase. And you just evenly match them for, you know, their board. So because they're not thinking ahead of time, they're thinking, you know, he's not playing this, so I'm not going to go for the counter trap, but that'll cost him the game. 2 Magic Deflector. This is the other card I was speaking of when I said, you know, you can turn off your Mystic Mind, flip this, Chain of Paleo. And also it just overlaps against like Twister, you know, Cosmic Cyclone, and, you know, any deck that plays field spells, Trickstar, Draco, and half of Sky Striker literally plays cards that this negates. So yeah, this card's really good. It was either this or Dark Bribe. It's honestly personal preference, but yeah, this spot needs to be something to deal with back row removal. And 2 Summon Limit. Yeah, I'm just playing 2 of these because I need a Floodgate against Salad, to be honest. And this is just what I chose because it overlaps against Orcus, it overlaps against Thunder, any combo deck. And yeah, this card does perform because you can take full advantage of this card. Special twice on your opponent's turn, special twice on your turn. That's just that's a lot of advantage. But yeah, this card was really good. I wanted to play 3, but I just didn't see the room for it. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck profile. A matchup at the regional. It was pretty much all meta. I played Pendulum, Orchist, Draco, and Salad. Played like 3 or 4 Salads, and yeah, I ended up beating them all. I only lost to Orchist just to, something I couldn't control. But the deck performed really, really well. Actually, with the release of mine, I think this deck is really good because the difference between this and the burn deck is not only are they having to deal with mine, but once they deal with mine, you're gonna have 5 back row and multiple toad plays. So mine is not the only win condition of this deck. So yeah, I definitely think you should try it out in your list. Something that people are gonna ask me, I'm not playing Crackdown because honestly, it was either mine or Crackdown. I didn't want to play both. Yes, you can, but they honestly, conflict with each other. So I only chose Mystic Mind because I honestly think it's so much more impactful. It's an insane card, first and second. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. A couple shout outs, shout out to One Up TCG for putting on the regional. Big thanks to those guys for hosting locals and stuff like that, giving us a place to play test. And shout out to my friends, Peyton, Trevor, Mac, Gage, Lee J, all those guys that I play with. Yeah, thanks to y'all. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, peace.